The playing field is starting to level in Mira Mesa 92126. What am I talking about? Hang out with me till the end and I will explain. Today is May 6th, 2024, and this is a Mira Mesa real estate update. If you're new to this channel, please remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss any of these updates. Let's get right into it. Looking at Mira Mesa right now, what do I mean when I say the playing field is leveling? I mean, look at the ratio of active to pending. Less pending than there are active, not by much, but by some. And if this continues to become more lopsided, things will begin to shift with regard to pricing. Right now, you've got two coming soon in Mira Mesa, 32 currently active, 4 Compass listings out of those 32 go Compass, and then 26 pending. So 32 active, 26 pending. A few less pendings than there are actives, which means that, you know, it's basically even, but it is tipped a little bit in favor of the buyer by just a touch. Now, if you look at the active properties, there's only 2 of them that have more than 3 weeks of market time, I believe. No, actually, there's a handful that have more than that. So there are a handful of properties here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9 that have more than 3 weeks of market time. And once you get to 3 weeks, you pretty much got to figure something's off with your pricing, your marketing. Something's off because that's way longer than the average market time, and things should be moving along into escrow by then. But we do have this sort of buildup, and this will account for the difference in active and pending. Basically, we have a buildup of properties here where, in all likelihood, too much is being asked. The buyers aren't seeing the value and the properties aren't selling. Price it well if you want it to sell. That's what I always say. Even in a seller's market, you can price too high. And rates have been inching up. They're down, I think, just a tiny bit today. Hopefully more later in the week. But as rates inch up, that squeezes a few buyers out because they can no longer qualify. Every time rates go up just a little bit, that does dramatic things to a buyer's payment when you're talking about a median price over $1 million. So anyway, 26 pending, and most of these are short market times, one a little bit longer. And yeah, there's 3 that are a little longer, but not ridiculously long. We'll get into the averages here in a bit. And then 30 sold in the past 30 days. So only 26 pending and 30 sold in the past 30 days indicates, you know, sort of a tiny slowdown. Again, we're only looking at we've got 4, 8. Yeah, it's not a dramatic difference. Basically, things are kind of even right now, but we do need to keep an eye on this as we go forward in time. And if you're a seller, my goodness, you really ought to pay attention to this, because the fact that everything seems to be evening out and potentially tipping a little way away from the demand side indicates that we may have seen peak pricing, at least for the current 4 to 6 weeks here. If you're thinking you're going to wait until later this year and get more money for your home, that may not be the case, especially if actives keep stacking and pendings stay the same or reduce. So all things to keep an eye on. Now let us get a look at the longer term trends here with our lovely InfoSparks graphic. And when you look at median price, it is really not illustrated in any other zip code that I can think of just how much of a median price zip code Mira Mesa is. Look at it run just neck and neck with San Diego County as a whole for detached homes. It's almost identical. And you know, the previous high, March 2022, July 2022, you know, 1,050,000. That was the previous high, and look where it is, or look where it was in February, 1,137,000, and then down a little bit in March, and then up a little bit in April. So 1,105,000 is currently where the median price sits in Mira Mesa, and 1,180,000 in San Diego for a detached home. So, you know, it's basically the same, more or less. Now let's look at percent of original list price to closed price. Again, pay attention to the 100% line right here, because anything over that indicates a price over the original asking price. And this peaked in March of 2022 at 112.9 in Mira Mesa. That means sellers in Mira Mesa on average were getting 13% over their original ask price. Now, it's been a hot market the past few months, but look, we've never, I mean, median price has come back and surpassed what it was in mid-2022, but we have never seen, again, in any zip code, if you can find one, then I'll correct myself, but we have not seen in any zip code where the percent of original list price to close price has gone as high as it did back in the middle of 2022. Here we are today at 107, 106.6 was the last reading that we got. So yes, on average, homes in Mira Mesa are selling 6.6 over list price as of April, but not 13, not 113%. So the exuberance in this seller's market by the buyers, the exuberance and enthusiasm to overbid is there, but it's not here. So keep that in mind. It's hot, but not maybe as hot as you think. So looking at market time, again, San Diego County, Mira Mesa, pretty much neck and neck, although, well, not neck and neck, actually. Look at the last reading we got on Mira Mesa's average market time was 7 days. That's no time at all. That's hardly even enough time to post the listing and get your open house flyers out on the street. And it's just, you know, that's no time at all. We are all in just such a hurry to get everything done now. And, you know, short market times are great. However, sometimes I don't know. I miss the slightly slower pace of life that we used to enjoy. And it's kind of like that on average in San Diego County with an average market time of 20 days. You know, that's pretty respectable. I like a listing that sells in, you know, 8-9 days. That's usually good for me. But in any event, 7 days is where it's at. So that's what's happening in Mira Mesa right now. If you have any questions, let us know. If you like this content, please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment. Let us know where you're watching from, what zip code you might like to see us feature next. With that, I will say see you later. Have a great week, and we'll be back with more market updates as the week progresses. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.